Hey everyone, it's BDevine. I hope that you're doing awesome. Alright, we are in or moving into a full moon. Let me see where the time is here. Okay, sorry everyone. We're moving into a full moon in Virgo, okay? So we've got a pick-a-pile going on here. And it just takes me a second so that I can get the most out of this. All right. We have a pick-a-pile going on. So this is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. And of course, this is pile number 3. All right. And I hope that this finds you in an awesome place. Now, just give me a moment. What I do is I actually film this on a live unlisted setting. So it shows up that I was live. I wasn't. I was just filming in that way so that I don't carry the video on my phone. Okay, sneaky, sneaky. That's how you do it. Now, it was our anniversary. My husband and I, our 4-year anniversary. We've been together 6 and we've known each other for 10 years. So I got this gorgeous silver cuff for my anniversary present. So, I wanted to wear this. I'm probably going to wear it all the time. Feel like Wonder Woman, right? All right. So if you chose number 1, obviously I'm going to start with you. And I'm going to also use the Moonology cards because we have the full moon in Virgo. It's also a good idea to have a look on your natal chart. So what house Virgo is in for you. And then the opposite of that is Pisces. So you want to have a look at what Pisces, what house Pisces is in. Now, don't mistake your sun sign for your first house. People are like, oh, okay, that must be what I am. That's my personality. No. Have a look where your sun sign is on your natal chart. It's really easy. Free natal chart. Look it up on Google. Type in your details. If you don't know what time you're born, you just put unknown time and it defaults. But have a look on your, when you get the chart and it generates the chart for you, have a look at your sun sign, what house that is as well, okay? And have a look for this reading at the Virgo and also Pisces. And you want to look at what 2 houses they are, get a look at what the meanings are, because that's where you're going to be affected, okay, in your readings, well, not in your readings, in your life right now. Right, so we're starting off with the red jasper for number 1. We have the beautiful red grounding jasper. So you must have needed some grounding here. This is why you've chosen this. You didn't know that? Well, now you do. All right, let me get rid of the others. Okay, and I'll explain them as we go along as well. I want to make sure we got everything visual, okay? I am also using, just so you know, I make these into pendants. This is a Phrenite stone. This is known as a stone of prosperity, but also prophecy. And I use a nice big chunk of, this is a chunk of auralite. I also have Larimar and auralite bracelet on, and I'm wearing a beautiful auralite piece. Auralite, okay, auralite's the thing. That with Lemurian together, woohoo. When I'm doing your personal readings, wow, channeling, okay, it's all there. All right, let's get going here for number 1. I'm going to first start out with these moon cards for you. So we have been fencing again, and at the moment we're also, besides all the work that I normally do, we are doing about 10 years worth of leaves on, it's just leaves on top of leaves on top of leaves, because as the hot weather comes in here in Missouri, if you live here, you know that all the bugs come out, all the ticks come out, the chiggers, all kinds. And I still have scars from last year on my legs. So we're getting onto leaf mitigation. So this also prompts me to tell you, number one, what has to be mitigated in your life? What do you need to actually start to clear away from you? Okay, what is repeating? Let's see what this moon, because the moon in Virgo is also about looking at your work life. Okay, number one, luck is on your side. It's time to release any negativity. So what's on full mitigation for you? The end of a tough cycle, hallelujah. And working through your fears. So it doesn't matter to me what your sign is. It's a collective reading, and there are oil prints on my cards because I use my oils all of the time. On my hands, on my face, it's just everywhere. So we just have to deal with it when you're looking at cards sometimes. Okay. So for number one, you have the luck on your side. You have something that you're striving towards. You have a focus. You have an ambition, you have a drive, right? You also chose the red jasper. So you've also got to make sure that you are grounded, protected, and connected. You know by now how to do your declarations. If not, look up BDevine Declarations on YouTube and go through one of the 4,000 videos. Okay, so you're amped, you're moving forward, right? And it's time to release negativity. Working through your fears has come up kind of like twice here. The energy of Scorpio is that of investigation. It is that of introspection. It's looking at those secret, hidden things. And when you are looking also at your natal chart, you want to look at Scorpio because it shows you where you've got to keep your mouth shut. Okay, for me, it's my Scorpio sitting in my 5th house of my passions and desires, my art, my creativity. If I have ideas about something, I need to keep my mouth shut about it and not tell you all, which is really hard. So here, we're also looking at Scorpio as a way of assessing your patterns, your fears, okay? What is blocking your manifestations? If you're not manifesting in your life, you have to look at an emotional response to that. In other words, when you see someone who has what you want, are you calling them names under your breath? Are you jelly? Are you like, oh, I wish that was me? You know, like, are you feeling sorry for yourself that it doesn't happen to you and it happens to everybody else? Whatever that energy is, who cares? Everybody has that at times, right? Then when you really assess that, that is your blockage to money. That is your blockage to fame or fortune or whatever you're looking for, is how you feel in reaction to others that have it. I know I've been annoyed as hell in the spiritual community where people who do the dumbest things, I'm sorry, they have no moral compass or integrity or etiquette at all, and everybody's watching. That drove me nuts for ages. Now I know that it's nothing that I'm doing, okay? It's nothing wrong at all here. It's just my focus has to be where I'm going, not on what other people have. And we continue to move forward in that way. And then you continue to see results, right? So you have to release the negative aspects of yourself that are focused on comparisons, focused on not having, or focused on lack, or focused on how someone hurt you or how they've upset you or whatever. And remember, everyone's just on their journey, and you just send light to the journey and you let go of the issues surrounding them not doing what you would like them to do, for example, or other people and their lifestyle choices. You're not responsible for other people's choices, you know? So you're working through these things Now, when you do this, of course, we have to reevaluate at times. But when you do this, you get that tough cycle completion, right? You get to the end of that cycle and into a beginning of a new one. And you're able to really, really recognize, feel grateful for, and push forward more with your dreams and your goals and your wishes, right? Remember that the universe is always on your side. It always has your back. And if you can get yourself into the emotion of how it would feel right now to have everything that you want, and get into that emotion and going through the expression of replaying it, and how you would have a conversation, or would you be jumping up and down? Would you tell anybody? And you're going through that energy of imagination. The universe doesn't know the difference between your imagination and your thoughts. And so therefore, oh, this is what we're doing? Okay. You see? So when you can see how that can work for you or against you. If you're going to get all spiteful and angry and bitter, the universe says, oh, this is what we're doing? Okay. It's coming back at you. Everything that we send out is coming back to us. So we must always just send light, send love to situations, send abundance, send joy, dissolve cords, ties, and connections with things that just no longer need, or it's outgrown its phase, so that you can move forward. Release all of this, okay? All right, so now we begin to see through, just looking at your read for a moment. We're going to have a look at your cards. Now you've chosen number one. Oh, hang on a minute. I better leave those ones out. How the heck did that happen so fast? The full moon cards, how did they get so mixed up? There it is. I'll leave them out for the next readings. Okay. Now we're going to go onto your tarot. And okay. I just need to see what the time is on my thing. That's why I keep doing that. There we go. Right. So we cleansed and we've cleared these cards. I always have incense running, so I can just run my cards through it. You can also take the tarot course. It's half price until March. So, I don't know why you're not doing it, because it's going to help you so much. It's full of psychic developments. You just go at your own pace, and you get to connect with me in the Telegram group. We do readings for each other. It's really fun. It's really awesome. And away you go on your business. Okay. So number one, the theme for you is releasing fears and understanding that the universe is on your side. So we're going to get a feel for what kind of reading we're doing today. Okay. I have a feeling. Now I want you to just bear with me as I get these cards out. Okay. These are the Hanson Robert deck. They're nice. Oh, that came together. Okay. 4. Number 1. Just going to move these things out of the way. So this is a pyramid. I'm going to put one in the middle at the top just so we can see it all. I don't know whether this is all going to fit with the other cards, but I'm going to try. All right, so there's you in your ultimate, okay? So I'm going to say that this is a 9-day, 7 to 9 day reading, all right? And we're going to work from there. So the bottom row, okay, this is focused. This whole reading here is focused and intertwined with each other, okay? So it's going to have advice for you. So this bottom row is about your direction. So the Sun is here, the Judgment here, the Two of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So very, very quickly, okay, very, very quickly, there is a turning of events. This turning of events is based upon what you're not looking at clearly. And it's time for this, as we said, this releasing to happen, because you want to be in, I mean, you're in this ultimate happiness, right? You're in this amazing vibration here. But there are things, okay, that are focused very, very intently here on you being deluded in a situation. So you're not seeing something very clearly because you don't want to. And that's the energy of it. There's also a vibration here of too many things, too many focuses, too many emotions, too many things you're trying to do all at once. And if you don't calm down, okay, this is the forcing card. So this is the card where you're going to be made to lie down. You're going to be made to rest. If you are resisting what you know to be true, what you know to be right. So there's also another vibration here of inner defeat. So perhaps you've been, and this is again about your old fears, right? Perhaps you have been working hard and you're not seeing the result, okay? You're not seeing the result of your efforts. And this is telling you that you really need to let go of the outcome. And instead, okay, instead of expecting an outcome to be more hard work for you, or that it's not going to be seen or noticed, or that you're not going to get recognized, or you're not going to get a promotion, or you're not going to have the right partner even though you're doing all of this work, right? Instead of working harder at being good enough for the outcome to be deserved, why don't you let go of the need to control how the outcome is, and let go of not being good enough, and instead remember the message for the full moon. You are good enough just how you are. If you keep on thinking that something is failing and that you need to do more work to create whatever it is you're trying to do, you're seeing it in the wrong way and you're sabotaging your own success. When you say to yourself, I have what I need, I have what it takes, I'm qualified for this position, people are naturally drawn to me, I will get the recognition because I deserve it, and I am going to not occupy my time with anything other than success. If I start to doubt, I'm going to pull myself and recenter myself back onto success because it is here, right? But you're sabotaging it with the same old story of no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, people just don't recognize me, see me, buy from me, whatever it is. It's going to be a hard journey. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this for 20 years and not make anything from it? You see? But when you say, no more of that. I am not doing that to myself anymore. I have what it takes. I'm extremely capable. And if people don't see that, fine. I'm not going to waste my time chasing people who do not respect or, because basically that's what it boils down to. When people don't respect you, they just take from you. It's just how it works. If they just think you're just always going to give, they're just going to always take. So it's time that you just recognize the truth And the truth is that you're a strong individual with multiple talents, and you are able to manifest anything that you desire. But if you keep on chasing the outcomes and the results, and is this okay? Is that okay? You're wasting your time and you're wasting your energy, and you'll end up needing a big old rest. So once you integrate this into your being, look what happens. The good news arrives. The blessings are there. Because when you see your worth, the universe rewards you and says, aha, you finally got it. You're going to put yourself first, not selfishly, by ignoring everybody else who's trying to, help or whatever. It's just that your energy is first, right? That you're monitoring that a little bit more. And you're saying to yourself, I'm just wasting my energy on what everybody else is going to think about what I'm doing. I'm wasting my energy about prejudgment. Because if you're expecting judgment, then you're judging. Think about that. You're judging an outcome because you're expecting it. You're judging a person. And then it's coming back at you. Get what I mean? The focus has to be on capability. I can do it. There's nothing I can't do. The universe is beside me. It can move mountains. If I don't have faith in that, I'm not going to see it. If I put my faith in people, I might get disappointed. When you are working with the divine, there is no disappointment. There's only love, support, protection, alignment, all the things that are unconditional for you, that you will not see from earthly people. I don't put my faith in anyone, in any one person or individual, other than myself and the divine. Of course, I can trust my husband. I'm not talking about it in that way. But if I was to wait for people to recognize me, I'd be waiting a hell of a long time. So I just allow my spiritual light team and the divine to support and direct. And I tell you what, that's where your true power lies. If you're still waiting for abilities, and you're still waiting for the right person, and you're still waiting for all these things to happen to you, you have an expectation that it won't, and you start to become resentful that it hasn't. So adjust it, because once you do, everything that you want is provided. It's easy. It's not a hard process. And you go, oh my God. You go into that, right? You go into this 9 of Cups and you're like, oh my God, it's finally happening. Party time. I'm doing it, right? All of your emotions are clear. Everything is it's just easy. This is the energy that you want. You want to be happy with yourself, don't you? Right? A new beginning is here because you're going to take heed of the advice given to you. If you need clearing, if you need help, if you need mentoring, if you want me to help you personally, my services are available. You look at them, talk with me about it by email. We create a plan and away we go. You can even have a healing consultation to figure out what the hell it is you need. Whatever it is, you've got the support there. It just takes the moving forward with it. And that's all you need to do here, because support is everywhere. Things are about to renew, change, lift. Don't you feel the high vibration that's coming in right now? Okay, so focus. You're going to be really happy that you did. And it's about time as well. If I were to say anything about the past, you need to let it go. If you don't know how to do that, come forward. You will get help, okay? You need to stop worrying about motives. If you're still angry at someone from your past, you still care about them. So if you're saying, oh my God, no, I don't, I hate that person, you still care about them. Otherwise, there's nothing. There's no feeling whatsoever. So anyone from my past that has done me wrong, burned me, whatever they've done. I don't even think about them. It's like it's poof. There's no feeling whatsoever. If you have feeling, okay, especially negative ones, you care. Why do you care if you're not in that person's life anymore? Or if you had to let go of them, or there was a betrayal or something, why do you care? You have to ask yourself these questions, and then you will proceed really quickly into the next phase of your life. So there's a lot of good luck here, okay? Expect the universe to give you a sign that you are heard, okay? And you say to the universe right now, in 24 hours, universe, I want you to show me what you can do. You know what I'm asking for. Give me some sort of sign, abundance, symbol, something that I know it's coming from you in the next 24 hours. I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to allow and watch what happens. Okay? An opportunity is arriving for you, but let go. Let go. This is in the middle of your energy here. Let it go. It's not worth it. Okay. Thank you, number one. I am moving on to number two. My husband's like, she's going to do a pick-a-pile. She's going to be in there all morning. All right. So, number two, the full moon in Virgo. You need to look at where Virgo is on your natal chart. Free chart. Look it up. Where Virgo is, and the opposite to the Virgo is Pisces. So have a look what house that is in. Okay, because this is how you're going to be most affected by the full moon on the 24th. So we're going to see also with the cards here, oops, how you're affected. So we're going to kind of get a theme from the cards of what you need to do to amplify the energy around you. There you go. You need to communicate. Prosperity is lying ahead. Ooh. It's time to take action. Your dreams need a practical plan, okay? Everything here, I know there's oil on my cards and whatnot. That just comes from my hands because I make up my own oils and then I use them all the time. So there we go. Right, so communication is key. Prosperity lies ahead. Time to take action. So Aries is in here as well. So you have this too. The vibration of Taurus is connected with the second house, usually. And the second house is focused on resources, and it is focused on abundance. It's focused on nature, using nature to draw towards you what you want. But the communication is happening all around you, number two. So because of the way that you're communicating, the prosperity that you're looking for is coming in. But you also have the Aryan energy here of taking action on making a plan. So one thing that I was taught one time from the Devine was to get a nice piece of paper. And if there was something that, for example, I wanted these fences for my yard here, where we could easily allow the animals to go out from the back door outside, and there's an outside area, and it's all sort of closed in a backyard type scenario. But we have all this land, right? We can't have the dogs near this neighbor because of the chickens, and we can't have them near this neighbor because of the chickens, and people just let the chickens run wild around here. So what happened was I got the message of, okay, just draw it on a piece of paper, Becky. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of like an overview of the house. And I'm like, okay, here, and then I want the fence here, and blah, blah, blah. I started to draw it out, right? So I had this practical plan of how it would look Of course, with some little things in there that, you know, you sort of figure out as you're going along. But it's like once it's outlaid in your life, then, and you've got it all on paper kind of thing, the universe can also see that and goes, oh, okay, this is how they want it set up. Now, through having that practical plan or writing out things or doing things, sorting out things, writing about your life, journaling your life, all of those things, right? You start to notice where there's lack in a sense, or where you're repeating something that you're doing, or where you always draw something in a certain way. You know, all of these little patternings in your life. And then it says, okay, now that you have this in front of you, you can move away from it. You can move forward. When you're ignoring, let's just say, the messages of the soul, which are continually reminding you, we all have them. We get these feelings, right? And they're continually reminding us where we're blocking ourselves. People say, oh, I want to know what's blocking me. You're blocking you every single time. Even if some narcissist or whatever is sending or directing all of their BS to you, right? Then you're thinking, they're blocking me. No, they shouldn't even be getting close to your energy field if you have your protection up properly. And if you're still worrying about what they're doing, you're connected to them. So you're spiraling into that energy of negativity, and then it's happening all around you. So if you don't like someone's vibration, okay, the more you think about them and the more you send it to them, the more powerful they become. Because you're losing a part of yourself. You're letting the light leave you, right? So I know that there's a lot of talk around about negative vibes and everything. And of course, my job with that is to show you how they can integrate into your life and how you can let that happen by not having the proper structure in place, a practical plan of how you're going to deal with those kinds of bombardments. And if you have your place of receiving set up, then someone wants to send all the energy they want. It's not going to matter unless you are focused on it as well. And this is where we have to be really honest with ourselves. You know, if someone is driving you up the wall and driving you crazy, and you're saying that you don't like that, you don't like them, why are they doing it to you? Why haven't you blocked and deleted all contact, all connections, if they're driving you that crazy? Oh, I don't want to get them even more upset with me. How can they get more upset with you if you're not even anywhere they can reach you? And that has to be energetic as well as physically, right? Time to take action towards your future. Don't listen to the wishy-washy BS, okay? It's time that people also stop thinking, why is this happening to me? All this bad shit's always happening to me. Why are you letting it? Because if your focus is on it happening and someone's annoying you, you're missing the point. Because we've all done that in our life, looking for motives, looking for reasoning, why would they do this? I'm so angry. Oh, they cut me out of the will, or right? Let it go. Because you're still giving them your energy and your power to someone that you say that you don't really like. So it's time to, and people say it's not as easy as that. It is as simple as that. It really is, when you take your power back. I recently had my youngest son is 24, okay? I know, but he's 24. He's so awesome. He's a really great kid. All of my kids have a really big heart, super funny. You know, they get it from their mum. They do. And all the good points are from me, right? So anyway, so my youngest son, he and I have our own relationship. There's nothing to do with his daddy because he's 24 years old, right? There's no need for me to explain or justify or have to reconnect with the father of him, because they've got their own connection. I've already had my connection with his father, and I paid the price for that connection and have disconnected everything from that person. Would you believe that this is an example of how crap can come back up in your life, right? So my son Adrian and I, we have this wicked connection. It's awesome. It's mint. It's fantastic. So I get this message from his dad on Facebook. I'm like, oh, okay. And it said, "Hi, Beck, I think it's about time that we put water under the bridge. You know, I'd like to have a talk with you." Just me even saying that. Right? Dissolve, dissolve, dissolve. Now, I'm using this as an example for you. The old me, probably about 10 years ago, would have been dying to be able to put water under the bridge and have a positive connection with this person, because that's literally what I was trying to do. But he refused. So now that my son and I have this amazing connection, he's curious. He doesn't want to talk to me or put water under the bridge. He wants to control my connection with my son by what am I going to say to him? What am I saying to Adrian? Excuse me. What am I saying? I need to be able to know. I need to be able to tell her. Don't tell him about me. Don't tell him about who I really am. Don't share any stories with him. He's just trying to control it, right? So this is how I dealt with it. I did nothing. No response, no reason, no acceptance, no nothing except a block. And then I told my son. I'm like, oh my God, guess who? He goes, yeah, I know, I was going to talk to you about that. That's how my son talks. I said, well, what were you going to say to me? He goes, oh, I was just going to tell you Dad's trying to really, put stuff behind him and whatnot. I said, son, if he wanted to do that, he should have done that where you were growing up, where we could have been amicable, right? Had this relationship where everything was about you, but everything was about him. And sadly, it still is. So, no, you and I have an amazing relationship. You're an adult, so I don't need permission to talk to you. And however I'm going to talk to you, and he goes, yeah, nah. He goes, we're great. We have a great relationship. I know that I'm more like you. And it's like not having to say anything disrespectful. It's just, no, you don't get to do that. So this is what I'm talking about for you in your energies, in your life, in your circles, with your friends, with your family, with work, whatever. If someone is disrespecting the boundary, you don't owe them anything. You don't owe them any explanation or anything. You just simply cut it off. No hard feelings, whatever. And people get over it because they start respecting you for the choices that you're making and for your leadership. They're like, oh my God, I can't manipulate this person. Oh, that's no fun. A bully will go to somebody else. So you have it all coming in. You don't have to do anything someone else wants you to do because you're afraid of their response if you don't. Isn't that just telling you something? Have a look at these things. Make these plans for yourself. Draw up your ideas and say, thanks for taking care of this. Is what I want. This or something better. Thanks for taking care of it. These are the secrets to self-mastery. Okay? You've got it all within you. All right, let's have a look at your cards. You've got some different cards, number 2. All right. So you chose the zebra calcite. It's a very, very soft, beautiful vibration. It's very healing. When you get a calcite, it's very, very smooth. And this is also very good for your bones, like regenerative tissue. It's very good at healing and repairing things in your life. So That makes sense, right? Okay. Now, you chose the Beautiful Creatures deck, okay, with Jasmine Beckwith art. These are a little weird, but we're going to go with them. Maybe like, well, maybe I'm a little weird. All right, so when you finally step into your power, I tell you what, nothing bothers you like it used to. Like in the past, like I said, I would have been really bothered. Or I would have just accepted the friendship because I really wanted to have that peace, right? And now I'm like, I don't need it. Don't need this person. This person is on their journey and I'm on mine, and I've got my connection with my son, and there's nothing that person can do about it. So I think they get the hint, which is great. All right, number 2. So your theme is about money and practical plans, manifestation, and whatever else comes, okay? And I hope that you will consider learning with me in my tarot group, okay? It's all online. You just do it at your own pace. And then there is a Telegram group for us to connect, to do reads, to get more advice. It just goes on and on. Light Leaders Academy is the same. There's free stuff. There's going to be more free stuff available soon. It is all about you guys learning in the right way, because there is so much out there that is leading you in the wrong direction. So I know there's a bit of shine on these cards, but oh well. Okay, so look at the 10 of Cups coming in. All right, so again, over the next few days here, I cannot help the shine coming through my window. All right, anyway, I'll show you those cards as we get to them as well. All right, here we go. All right, so, So this is interesting. Okay, this is the Curiosity card, the Paranormal, King of Swords, all right. Now the 10 of Cups. So this is this is what's going on. This is the Success card. See everything coming in fruitfully and beautifully, right? Because of your intention. Now, for number 2, I keep on having this little bit of cough here. So your communication is really key. My communication to you is also needing to be key here. So, excuse me. Right. Now, every time someone gets a cough or whatever, you're not getting a cold, okay? Don't tell yourself that you're getting sick. Gosh, then you will. Okay, something's clearing out, you're having a reset, all right? Or I need to communicate clearly, so my throat needs to adjust. Well, that's fine. I'll go with it. Okay, so we have the Success in your read, but there's a lot of things going on here. There is a vibration of moving into a lot of inner power, right? And success. Moving into the way that you're thinking about things, the way that you're doing things. I feel like you guys are already doing this, number 2. You're already moving into that stronger vibration for yourself, right? This moon is going to bring up for you a lot of things with regards to your power, your personal power. And it's going to reflect to you people that are draining your personal power, or ways in which you have given your personal power away. It's going to ask you to have a look at, or it's going to reflect to you where things are in balance and where things are not in balance. It's not a punishment. It's an awakening or a wake-up call. Because there is something very confusing within you at the moment. Something that you are refusing to clearly look at. Right? And okay, so for example, when we get an inner knowing something's not right, it's a weird feeling, isn't it? Right? And that weird feeling continues and continues. You can't put your finger on it, but you just know something's not quite right about the person, the place, the job, whatever. And you're ignoring it. Everything seems to just be going along, so you think, okay, well, maybe I was wrong. And then wham! You figure out why it was why you were feeling that way, because it shows itself, doesn't it? Every single time. So, that weird feeling is going on with you about some choice that you've made, a connection that you have, a decision that you were going for it or moving into. But you're being guided very heavily to see if this is really how you're feeling or if this is a repeat that you need to acknowledge. Now, the energy focus here is also on being very sensitive. So at the moment, you are feeling a lot of energy coming. The moon is amplifying things. Maybe you're going through changes in your life with your kids or your nephews or family members or something. Maybe you're going through a time where you've really had to be tough. Excuse me, but this connection with you needing to say something is right there. I also feel sometimes I get a tickle in my throat when you need to know that someone from the other side of the veil is trying to get a message to you, that you need to stop worrying and you need to start living. And when someone has passed, they're not the same as they were when they were on the earth. When someone has passed, they're in their wholeness. They have it all. Okay? They're not seeing things and going, wow, you're wrong. You're doing that the wrong way. They're not giving you negative things at all. So if you're getting that from a medium or whatever, that there's some negativity, it's BS. Because when you're in spirit, when you're in the divine, when you're on the other side, you have complete and utter awareness of your soul journey and for your family's soul journey as well. And there's no judgment. There's no hate, there's no anger, there's none of that. So that's BS. The only thing that you would be getting from a loved one from the other side of the veil is absolute encouragement, because they know what it is now. They know how hard it is. They actually know what you're doing. My father's in heaven now. My father was a big, really, really tough point in my spiritual journey. He just did not want me doing this. He was against it completely. He was afraid for my soul. Now he's like, oh my God, Becky, I had no idea. I had no idea what you were actually doing. So he had a perceived or preconceived notion of what he thought someone doing this work was, as most people do. That's why most people won't say what they do, because they're afraid of other people going, oh, you're reading my mind? Oh, you get those cards out? That's evil. So there's a message from the divine for you. A divine messenger saying, stop your shit. Stop. You're loved. You are supported. Stop beating up on yourself. Stop always thinking it's your fault. Stop listening to the programming of your past and believing it. And once you can understand that no matter what you've done, no matter where you've been, said, how many mistakes you think you've made, that you're unconditionally loved, when you actually understand that, You're free. And that's what you're being asked to do. There's also a vibe here of a change coming, and it's not exactly going to be something that you're thrilled about at first, but it's something that has to be dealt with, and you're almost at the end of it. All right? There's strength here for you and the ultimate happiness and success. So you have this 10 days of discernment, of disconnection, of revamping yourself, if that makes sense, and really dedicating yourself to what it is that you want, not what you don't want. Not caring about society's, whatever they think. So what? And remember that a true leader, someone that we can all respect and love, is someone that is kind but firm. Someone that will help without making you feel stupid. Someone that is never affected by what other people think, because their mind doesn't lower itself to that. You see? And this is you need to be the leader that you want. But at the same time, there's no nonsense. It has to be completely, purely loved base, but also boundaries up. People want that extra support and help. They have to do the right thing to secure it. Not just expect you to give it all of the time, because if you do, they will expect you to give it all the time. Believe me, I know. Okay? Use your intuitive impulses and be honest with yourself. Understand that you need a practical plan. The abundance is coming in anyway. But if you have something drawn up in your life, in your mind, as your focus, it's much easier to deliver it, right? It's like, the mail. How's it going to get delivered to you if it doesn't have a clear address on it? It just goes back to the post office and goes round circles, doesn't it? So have a clear plan of action and understand that you're supported as you do so. Changes are already happening for your benefit. Step into them. Embrace who you are. Dissolve any cords, ties and connections with your past. No longer serve your future. Right? And put up those boundaries very powerfully. Understand that the universe is supporting you. Okay, number 2. Go easy on yourself. All right. I hope you enjoyed. Alrighty, number 3. All right, number 3. Would you believe that you have chosen the Viking cards? Okay. These are Viking tarot, so they are going to be different, no doubt. And there are some words in here that I will have to look up from the tiny little booklet it has as we go, if I need to. Otherwise, I will just trust. So for number 3, you chose the Bumblebee Jasper. Again, this is one of my favorites. You can get this in a little bit more of an orange hue in here, but this is amazing. I love it. Any Jasper, okay, is going to really, really help you to ground and focus. Any Jasper. I love them. I love them. Oh, gosh. So I'm back into making my pendants and things as well. So I have some Jaspers. I have all kinds of Jaspers, actually. But if you want a pendant made or something by me, then just send me an email and I can show you some pictures. You can choose a stone or something, okay? All right. All right, here we go. So we have the full moon thing. So this is for number 3 now. We have a full moon in Virgo, and what I've been asking each number to do is look on your natal chart. It's free. I don't want to look on your natal chart for you. So do it for yourself, right? Pull it up and then have a look at the houses. What house is Virgo in? And Virgo's opposite is Pisces. What house for you is Pisces in? These are the houses that are going to be affected most by this full moon on the 24th. Okay? So that's how you figure it out. I can do those things for you, but I'm not going to do it for 100,000 people or whatever. I have no time. So if you want something like me to do something like that for you, or look at it for you, or explain it for you, there's services for that. Okay? All right, so we're going to get a message from these cards first, the Moonology deck, and then we're going to move on to your Viking Tarot. So very powerful vibe. One, your commitment is being tested. The answers you need are coming. Have faith in your dreams. Your hard work is paying off, right? It's happening. So yeah, it's literally telling you your commitment to your dreams, to your goals, to your hard work, right, is being paid off. It's getting paid off. It's happening. But you also have to learn to focus on these positive changes for yourself. Some of you are already doing it and you're like, yeah, hell yeah, I am in my power like never before. That is awesome, because that is the Pluto energy also. You need to look where Aquarius is on your natal chart and look at where that is and what house that is, because that's affected by the Pluto thing and that's going on. And Pluto just transforms and rips everything up. Depending on what house it is, that's where it's going to be happening the most, you see. Now, I also want to mention about people's sun sign, because lo and behold, your sun sign is not always in the first house. Wow. Sometimes your ascending sign is in your first house. So where is your sun sign in your natal chart? What house? Because that's your personality. That's where people see you, right? Well, that's the sunny personality side of things, right? But where your first house is your first impression. It may be completely different to what you think. Mine's actually Gemini. So I obviously don't shut up. And I've got this message all the time. Hello. So, number 3, your commitment to your dreams and goals are being tested, and your hard work is going to pay off. Okay, but you have to see it as a very easy process for you. The answers that you need coming in now. Now, this is where the answers are. This reading. You need to trust in your abilities. You already are. I'm getting this vibe from number 3, like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just seeing if you're going to validate it by this reading. Which I probably will. All right. So your vibe is going to be about the different things that you're committing yourself to and situations that you've been finding yourself in, because what we're having is this big wake-up call. And that means that if there is anything from your past that is still reflecting itself to you, it's a wake-up call about your reactions to it. You know, for example, having physical sensation when you think about somebody, right? You know, you're getting all twisted up inside and all annoyed. That physical reaction that you're having to them is one, because you care. So if you didn't care, you wouldn't have any reaction at all. So we're starting to look at things that annoy and ask why we care. Is it worth our time? Is it worth our energy? This is a big focus. Are we heading in the wrong direction by backtracking? When you're looking at your past, so when I'm working with someone, okay, I'm going to look at all of the things that are going on with them, their physical health, their mental health, their whether they're on all of these tablets, whether they've got diabetes and all this crap that they tell me that they've got going on, right? And I want to look at their past, their relationships, their family members, and all of these things. And I want to see what they've been doing to get themselves away from it. A lot of people go through a lot of healing and stuff, right? Do they get to the core reason of their trauma? Or do they still have these issues? Because if you have gotten to the bottom, right, of why something is happening to you, you will not have that problem anymore. And if you still have the problem, you won't suffer from it. Okay? See? So if you have not gotten healing from something that is happening to you, one, because you need this plan, you need to make sure you've got a plan in action, you're putting up your boundaries, you're focusing forward, you're being positive, all those things. But if you haven't taken the advice as to why something has occurred for you, and you're ignoring that, waiting for a magic wand to be dumped on your head so it's gone forever, you're going to be waiting forever. If you have not healed from what has happened to you in the past, your body is going to tell you. So unless you have no symptoms and no issues, your body is still telling you something that you need to work out. And the only way to heal it, to change it, to shift it, to move it, to be free of it, is to acknowledge your role in that past situation. Whether it was a traumatic response that you had, what your psychological issues were at the time, how your relatives were towards you. And if you still have a physical issue that started when you were smaller, for example, there was something happening that caused it, you need to address those emotions properly with support, right? And once you do, it goes. Unless you want to draw it back to yourself by overthinking and overworrying. Is it going to come back? Is it going to come back? Is it going to come back? There it is. All right. So this is what these healing reports are, and these consultations that you have with me and going through mentoring, because some of you have had major trauma that has caused major issues in your body in one way or another. And without somebody thoroughly digesting this for you and showing you clearly what that is, you may never get to the bottom of it. And this is something that I am very good at, and I am going to toot my own horn on it, right? Because I already know that this is something that I'm gifted with, very intuitively, to pinpoint what's going on with you and why. Okay, that's why the readings are really good too. So, you all can do these things. I just have complete faith in what I'm doing all of the time, right? So the answers that you need are right there. You have to have faith in what you're doing, etc. Your commitment to yourself, your healing journey, and your pathway is being tested. If you go back to an old pattern, okay, all of your physical problems are eventually going to hit you in the face again. And you're going to say, I thought that was done. I thought I was in a different pathway. No, you weren't. And so all of the things that you were trying to skip by, okay, and this is me being honest with all of you, if you're trying to skip over your healing and thinking you're done because this is a totally different situation, you're missing it. And off it comes back to you. Then you're going to be cranky. Then you're going to think it doesn't work, and you're going to have to go through all of that building again. Might as well get yourself sorted out right away. Some people say, I just want this now. I just want it now. Well, you can have that now, right? You can have it right now. Whatever it is that you're asking for that you want now, whether it's physical health or whatever, You can. If you live by the rules of wellness, right? And if you understand what the rules of wellness are, you win every single time. But if you keep going back, feeling responsible, doubting yourself, overthinking, not putting up your protection, jumping into things, doing things against your intuition, hooking up with someone from the past, or, you know, someone that you already let go and you're bringing them back in because you're different now. No, those things are just going to drive you right back to where you started from. So don't sabotage your success. Keep going, because I know you've got it. I know you get what I'm talking about here, and it's time. This is why you chose the Viking deck, because you want the truth. Okay, so here we go. All right, so I'm going to get rid of these just now. All right, I know my husband is out there and he's hungry, so he's waiting on this to finish, but I'm not going to hurry. I'm just going to go for it. Here we go. All right, number 3. These are going to be different. I'm not going to joke you. All right. Ooh. Ooh. All right, so let's get them into perspective, because this is a pyramid kind of a reading here. So it doesn't matter about the bottoms of these cards. I've got to be able to fit all the rest in. All right. Here's the Valkyries. Okay. Now, you may not be able to get the top one in the perfect top position. And let me see if I can go up slightly. Yeah, I should be able to. There we go. And the world is at the top. Each card reading, number 1, number 2, or number 3 today, has had a very successful card at the top. Now today I didn't bother counting all the cards or whatever, because it's just whatever it is. The reading is what it is right now today. But every single, so the first one had a 9 of cups, the second one had a 10 of cups, and this has got the world, right? We're all in this completion phase here because of the moon, right? So this is going to be a 7 to 11 day reading, okay? This is what's coming in. First thing here is the victory, right? The 6 of Wands is staring at you. Okay, so we have the Viking. He's coming home from battle. There has been an injury here. But he's been injured, but he's still kept on going, right? So there's still this victory. And the 10 of Swords shows that completion phase where things really had to end, right? Things really had to just could change completely, or this is for you, or you're not going to get where you want to be. You have to end the cycles. If you haven't ended the cycles, remember they're going to repeat until you do. It's just how it is. Now, along with this, we have the Empress card here, and we have this vibration of things coming into abundant, full circle vibration, right? There is a connection with, and you know what? The 2 of Swords has also come up for every single card pile today, but there's a connection with a deeper celebration that you have pushed forward from something that was really dragging you down. Like you've made a connection with something recently, which is attributed to your healing. And then, like, because you've made these connections perhaps you've made more than one connection, it's really attributed to the, oh my God, now I'm getting it. Oh my God. You know, the things are changing rather quickly. The energy here of the Knight of Wands is also about offering, like you're offering yourself a new opportunity here. Someone could be making an offer or coming to visit or whatever, but it's I just see this more symbolically as like, okay, I'm finally going to surrender my bullshit, the things that I do. I'm finally going to look at this honestly, and I'm going to ask myself why I've been doing those things, and then I'm going to rest it. I'm going to let it go. For everyone's benefit, especially your own. You have this ability to forge things out of nothing. You have this ability to create, then to share what you know with the world. Okay? The world is right next to you in this thing. But also this is about training, advice, teaching, creation, and being supported in doing that, and making sure that you're focused on the things that you love. From what I can see here, there is a great deal of abundance about to hit your life. And this is Ymir, the giant energy here. So this is focused on the world. And this is focused on events that are very powerful. And I'm going to read to you a little bit about Ymir, the giant, okay? It's got this tiny little book written in about 20 different languages. So, the primordial giant from whose body the world was born. His skull became the sky, his bones the mountain, from his feet the giants were born, and from his hair the trees, from the blood the oceans, from his teeth the rocks, and from his flesh the dwarves. Men originated from the sweat of Ymir. So this is completion, reward, okay, realization of an undertaking, and a new beginning. Everything is being developed from you and your skills, right? Your pathway forward. So on the other side of the 8 of coins, you have the 8 of swords that have come up here. So this is also reminding you of where you're still tied, okay? You're working this out though, I know you are. Okay, it's just asking you, like, it's sort of, it's pointing out the fact that there will be something that is reflected. There's going to be something that's reflected to you, like where you're still not healed, right? So let's just have a look real quick. So this is the 8 of Swords, we already know. And this can bring up, yeah, some crises in your life where you think, oh, it's not working. Oh, look at all the shit that's happening to me now. Oh, I thought I was protected. That's life. You know, life is life. There are going to be things that come up. Don't let it detract you from what you're doing. Set your boundaries. Deal with it. Like I always tell people, like, one day. Just take it one day at a time. One moment, one day, you've got it. Shoulders back, head up, forward moving, off you go, right? It is easy. It is easy. People respect people who have a very strong boundary. And they respect you and they'll listen to you and they don't pester you. So what do you want? Everyone pestering you because you're easy, an easy target? And everybody taking because you're always giving? Or people respecting your time and respecting your knowledge and coming to you in the right way. And that's what you're asking for. That's how you got to set yourself up. Have that practical plan ready to go, right? Commit to, remember the commitment's being tested. So no more. You've got this beautiful vibration of exchanges, ideas, information coming, downloads, upgrades, abilities. You have everything that you need to succeed. It's already set in stone. It's already in motion. Okay? And when you doubt and when you worry, you set out to look in different directions rather than in the direction that you're going. So you become distracted. Then you start going around in circles. Don't become distracted right now. The world needs you. This is going to become more clear as you move through, that the world needs you. There is a recognition here for your work and your job's well done. I would say that some of you are getting an unexpected bonus, a thoughtful gift, something that's coming you don't know about, which is always great. And there is this understanding of yourself on these deeper levels. I know that you're doing the work number 3. I know that you're working towards this. I know that you're focused and you're dedicated, and you get these setbacks. So understand where that setback comes from and why you let it happen without being cruel to yourself or mean or harsh on yourself. Just like, okay, I screwed up there. I shouldn't have let that in. And block it off again and put light on it. You always want to put light on people you hate. And if you hate people, then you've got to ask yourself why you care. But send light. Always send light. Always send light. Because it benefits everybody. It's always going to come back to you then. Instead of the hate coming back to you, light will come back to you. So even if you don't, if you really, you've already let someone go and it's the worst person in the world or whatever you think it is, send them light. It's hard, but do it. Because it's helpful to you. And you want to benefit yourself. Like when you're talking about forgiveness and things, people's like, I can't forgive, I can't forgive, I can't forgive. Okay, well, the angels are able to do it. And you need to focus on not so much forgiving the person, but forgive yourself for how you feel about that person. Forgive yourself for pulling yourself down into that way. And put light on yourself, and then it's much easier to put light on that person. These are just all things that are going to benefit you. This is why they're mentioned. And these readings here are given to you to awaken your core power and strength and mastery. And to show you that you can do it, and if you need help, you know where to go. It's quite simple. People go to all these other stupid readings and things, and it's like, okay, if that's what you have to do. But understand that you always have this inside of you, this ability, stronger than what you've been told. You either grab it and run with it, or you continue to feel like you can't do anything and you're sorry for yourself your whole life. And then nothing will happen, and then you're going to go, God, why didn't I just do it when I had ample opportunity? So, number 3, know that there's success, completion, renewal here. There's a lot of completion, actually. You need to put something behind you once and for all. Understand that there's also going to be a challenge that comes up. So what? You can deal with anything. Look what you've already dealt with. And there's going to be a fast-moving vibration here because you're finally getting it. And you go, okay, I can do it. Right? Don't have to know the answers to everything or everybody. You don't have to know why someone's doing what they're doing. You don't have to know everything. You just have to follow your dreams, your goals. When things are tested, that you pass those tests every single time because you know what to do. Okay? So, you know where my website is, where I am. It's very easy to obviously get in contact with me, but look at my website and read the descriptions. I have people saying, oh, I want to do this reading, and what happens? Did you read what the reading is all about? Did you look at the instructions? Maybe not. I don't know what you're asking me for, but okay. So have a look what it's all about. You know, it will give you all of the instructions in there as well and tell you what you're going to get for the work. And you usually get more than what's stated. Of course I'm going to do that. If you make a commitment to do something, I'm going to be committed to give you the best thing you've ever had. So that's how that works. Okay. Thank you all for listening. Happy full moon in Virgo on the 24th. Sending you all these blessings, and bye for now. Bye everyone. See if I can turn this off.